So AI tools are literally getting more interesting by the week, and this one really stood out for me. Have you seen these two new AI tutors? They're designed for language practice across all different languages, and I wanted to see what they're actually like to use. So when you open up the app, you're introduced to two new AI avatars, Tama and Skye. These are brand new to the app. Previously, new avatars were only able to speak certain languages. These two can do it all, they're multilingual. So what caught my attention wasn't just the open conversation, there's just a bit more guidance built in, and we're gonna come back to that. So amongst the other AI avatars as well, Skye and Tama are way more realistic, and they are really engaging to have a conversation with. Tama and Skye are there to support with practice speaking, which is usually the hardest part for most learners, including myself, who's currently also trying to learn a language. I previously had one with, the French footballer, so they even have famous people on specific languages like French, for example, and Spanish. So something you notice straight away is just, it's very low pressure when you go in there, very user friendly, but you're encouraged to respond and it doesn't feel rushed when you're speaking with the AI avatar. I've specifically put in here that I want to learn Spanish, but these speak different languages, so they will be available to you whatever language you want to learn. I am set up with a premium account, but you can't start off with a free trial just to give it a go and see what you think. And then it will have questions so that they can really understand what you like doing, your level, and really tailoring it to you, selecting what language you want to learn as well. And then when you do get through there, you'll see it's all set up for you, your language, your goal, how many minutes you want to study a day, which you choose, and then you can also pick your AI avatar. You can also say, do you want them to be more strict? Do you want them to correct you? Lots of different details like that. So I can start with a free talk, or I can start with a lesson, which is lesson 1. I can continue, I'm going to start from scratch.
Hola, Charlotte. Qué bien verte de nuevo. Y ahora seguimos con una nueva lección juntos. Hoy vamos a explorar juntos el tema de ¿prefieres? ¿Lista para compartir tus ideas y practicar un poco más?
So what I like is that she's speaking really slow. Previously, I used to have the avatars and I told them to slow down and they just were not. But they've really tailored the avatars more now, and she's slowing down, understanding my level, which is really good. And then here you can click at the bottom. Translation, obviously try not to use that so you can learn, obviously, but it's good to have it there. Hola, Skye, mucho gusto. ¿Cómo estás?
Hola, Charlotte. Qué alegría saludarte. Estoy muy bien, gracias. ¿Y tú? Espero que estés lista para una clase divertida hoy.
Sorry. Would you mind speaking a bit slower with shorter sentences?
Of course, Charlotte. No problem at all. I can definitely speak slower and use shorter sentences.
So what I like is that she has so much expression on her face. She doesn't look like she's just a stiff, AI avatar. She's got expression, eyebrows, smiling, moving, and it makes you feel more comfortable. Her shoulders are moving up and down, really nice. So now she said, let's play a game. So she's basically flowing the conversation. You don't have to do much, but just go with the flow. So let's see, what game? Sí, vamos.
Genial. Primera ronda. ¿Prefieres decir hola o buenos días cuando llegas a un lugar nuevo? ¿Por qué?
Yo prefiero buenas.
Perfecto, Charlotte. Muy bien. ¿Puedes decirme por qué prefieres decir buenas?
So what's good here is she's asked me a question about what I prefer to use, not just what obviously she prefers to use. She's asked me why I prefer buenas. Language point of view, you can tell that obviously she isn't a native Spanish speaker, but she does sound really good, especially the pronunciation. Obviously, I'm no pro, I'm not a native Spanish speaker. However, people that are native Spanish, let me know in the comments your thoughts on these two new AI avatars. Are they pronouncing it enough for the learner? I think they are, but it's really nice to hear your thoughts. So now what she's done is, she just said you haven't scheduled your next lesson. So now you can set a time and schedule when your next lesson is. So it's like using pre-play or, learning with a tutor now. So this is definitely upgraded since my last update. So now it's saying set a time, or maybe at 9 p.m. at night.
Perfecto, Charlotte. Me alegra que quieras seguir practicando.
So before we continue, I just want to say a massive thank you to the sponsors of this video, Praktika AI. I've done previous videos before on the app, so obviously I'm really grateful to be asked to be able to explore these two new AI avatars. I love reviewing, apps I'm already using. So now I would like to try Tama. So let's select Tama. We could practice with him or just start free talk. Should we try a free talk with him?
Hola Charlotte, qué gusto verte. Espero que hayas tenido una mañana tranquila. Hoy tenemos nuestra free talk lesson. ¿Quieres contarme cómo te sientes antes de empezar?
How are you today? Can you reply to me in English?
I'm feeling calm and ready to chat today. Thank you for asking. The weather here is gentle with soft sunlight. Perfect for a relaxed conversation. Would you like to talk about your day? Or is there another topic you feel like discussing today? Just let me know what you prefer.
So here he's basically giving you a choice. You've picked free talk, not the structured part. I do personally prefer the structured part because I don't want to have to tell him what I want to do. But if there's a specific area or a verb you want to focus on, he will do it for you. So I'm really struggling with the verb hablar. Can you please help me with pronunciation and just practicing, specifically examples?
Absolutely, Charlotte. Hablar is a great verb to practice. First, let's say it together slowly. Hablar. The H is silent, so it sounds like hablar, not hablar. Let's try a few short examples. 1. Yo hablo. I speak. 2. Tú hablas. You speak. 3. Ella habla.
Previously, when I used the app, they didn't actually correct me that much with the pronunciation. Hablar. He explained it well. He looks really friendly, like really calm and just casual, which you don't want like a really strict teacher, like dressed up smart. So again, a really nice character to use as an avatar. And he's kind of given me examples in a simple way. Yo hablo, translation in English. One thing though I would like is for them to not say too much. We could have just stuck with slowly, let's say hablar, and then he could have just paused. He didn't need to continue the message on. I think kind of it's a lot of information in one. However, it's not like a big deal. It's more just depending on the learner level. I think obviously I've selected A1, A2. I think the easier one, they will do more minimal information. Hablar.
Perfect, Charlotte. That looks great. Remember, the H stays silent every time. Just hablar. Such a gentle word, right?
So there we go. That's just to show you an example of how Tama and Skye work. Personally, I prefer Skye. I think that her facial expression and I think she just has a bit more of a natural approach. So why does this really work? I think it's really good if you want guided practice, not having to overthink everything. You just want a tutor there that's going to guide you. You want consistency. If you're really struggling with speaking practice, this is really, really good, but you don't need to use the speaking feature just to be aware. You can just type away. The only thing I personally might be a struggle for people is if when they send multiple messages at once, you can just tell them to slow down and they'll do it. And then they will understand it, they will remember it as well, which is more important. So you don't need to keep duplicating the same information. So one thing to know as well is I'm using an iOS device for this example. So I am an Android user if you followed me for a while. So the avatars are not on the Android device. So that is obviously a bit disappointing because I'm a big Android user. The features are all the same, there's no difference, it's just the avatars seem to not be working on the Android device. This may be something in the works, but just to be aware of. What I'd love to know from you, would you practice with an AI tutor or do you still prefer traditional, classroom tutors? Let me know in the comments below. So I hope you guys found value from this video. If you did like this video, do give me a like. Don't forget to check out my previous videos. I've given you more of an introduction of what Praktika AI is, how to get set up, as well as other different AI tutors available with different types of languages, including, a French footballer as well. So I will pop these through after this as well. Thank you for watching. Have a good one.